Seahawks come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. To return, here's Ray Davis. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. To throw is Allen. That's caught. It's Jackson Hall. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for the Bills. First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down.
1st and 10, and it's Allen. That one intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jones.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
It's a pickup of 12. First down, Seattle.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
We'll go play action with Darnold. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he'll take this one in. Jackson Smith-Njigba. Touchdown, Seahawks.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. If you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
24-yard line.
Allen for the throw on 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
That's complete to his tight end. It's Dawson Knox. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Allen. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
That's another Bills first down. It's a gain of 20. And the Bills first down.
To throw again, it's Allen. This one caught right side by Knox. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up 2nd and a yard. On the Seahawks 30.
Allen going to give it to Cook. He's taken down just shy of the 10. 20-yard pickup there. First down, Buffalo.
Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Allen Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3 at the Seahawks 40.
On second down, Cook. And he will power his way into the end zone. James Cook, touchdown, Bills. That's 2 touchdowns for him now in this first quarter alone. Give him a second touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. On the return, here comes White. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Darnold now on first and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. Give him 14 on that play. 1 first down.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
So after 1, knotted at 14 on the scoreboard. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. From the 41, here's second down and 7. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. It'll be a pickup of 10. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for. It's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Second and 9.
That is caught outside on the RPO. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
The run up the middle. It's Walker. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
At the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. 5 times a Pro Bowler, that's Joey Bosa. In for the sack, it's a loss of 9, and sets up third down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Tries to get that one down the field, but it is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked. And they turn it over on downs.
All right, Mike, so in this situation, a defensive coordinator has two options. You can sit back and play the pass, or you can be aggressive and go after the quarterback. In this case, they chose the latter, and that's why they were able to force the turnover on downs.
That's going to be incomplete. Up and very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On second down, Allen. This one taken in downfield. It's the fullback. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good, and the Bills have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
On play action, here's Darnold. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
And 20 at the 15-yard line.
To throw is Darnold. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth with the receivers saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line. They'll come up here, first and 10. Now Walker. And he'll take this up past the 40. Pick up a 5.
Taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Second and 5. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Looking to the left side, he's got it. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. On first and 10, here comes Walker. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Here's second and 2. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to look deep. Going to Cup. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And third down coming up. Now Darnold. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be brought down. It's a gain of 29, and it's first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's Walker. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard.
Darnold to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. As the clock stops, 50 seconds to play until halftime.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Third and goal. They'll run with Walker. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's fourth and goal.
Loss of 2 yards. It's now fourth and goal.
Darnold. And he's going to be taken down. Couldn't get rid of the football. They turn it over. Stopped on fourth and goal.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Alert, alert, alert! What's up?
To the air. On second down, here's Allen. Rolling right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Five wide. Brown 80!
That's Palmer, the man in motion.
What's up?
To the air. On third down, here's Allen. He'll air one out to Palmer. And that is incomplete. Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Here we go on fourth down with a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
What's up?
On first and 10, here's Darnold. He's got it at about the 8. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. Chance here to draw level before the break. It's first and goal.
Real set. Reset.
Charbonnet will take this into the end zone for a Seahawks touchdown.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, like the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks will even the score. It's now 21 all.
Jason Myers to kick
So,
off
a
first
new ball
down.
game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. Oh, he tries to lateral the ball, but it's a mistake. That ball is out. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Seattle. And he'll take it back for the touchdown. What a tremendous mistake there. You want to secure the ball and give it to your offense, not give it up to the other team for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think this is the fine line that all kick returners face, Mike. I think they all want to be impact players. When they get the ball in their hands, they think every play can be 6. But sometimes you got to know when it's over. You got to make sure at the end of this play, my offense is able to take the field and maintain possession. In this case, not only do you turn it over, you give them a quick touchdown on the other side.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return.
At their own 20-yard line.
Go side. Reset.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Thompson. A gain of 5 brings up
We'll go
7.
play action with Garner. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Reset.
Third and short yardage, and here's Garner. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down.
Side. Side.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. That's taken in. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down. Going to have it by plenty. Huge gainer on fourth down.
The Seahawks first down.
Side.
First and 10 at the 30.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. He'll maneuver his way down to the 32. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle.
A gain of a yard.
Here's Darnold. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. And he's in! Elijah Arroyo. Touchdown, Seahawks.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half.
Jason Myers.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Johnson now to return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10.
Reset.
Allen Gonna throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to hold him?
Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the Seahawks have come up with the recovery.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just... I went to a shrink to analyze my dreams. She says it's like a that's bringing me down. I went to a... He said my life's a bore. So quit my wonder 'cause it's bringing her down. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Grasping to control, so I better hold on. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just...
Where the Gator Bowl once stood, now stands this facility. TIAA Bank Field. As EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Jacksonville, Florida. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Brooks now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Ready?
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Love from the gun. Taken in by Luke Musgrave. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Offensive line fast. Love with it on 1st down. This is on target to Christian Watson. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Offense in the hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Stick it in the air. Love. Connects on the crosser. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So his first blemish block after that perfect 4-for-4 starts. And wouldn't expect one incompletion, though, to stop him from leading on him this opening drive.
No, I don't think so. And I think more than anything, you see the defense kind of ball can hit the ground on this side.
Has him on the quick hitter. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And this is down all the way to the 3. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Once more, it's Love. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ. I'm going to guess so until that defense proves they can stop it.
Well, evidently a touchdown wasn't enough for them. They further quiet this home crowd by adding the 2-point conversion.
You know what I love about this? I love it because coaches spend time all week saying we're going to be aggressive, we're going to go for it. But then you back it up with a decision like that. That's empowering your team in another team's building. What a start.
At their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10.
Here's your 24.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars finish off their opening drive. Travis Etienne, the touchdown.
You know, Kate, I think one thing we've clearly learned about the analytics of this game at the NFL level, explosive.
It's no good. They don't try to match the two-point play with a two-point play of their own, Brock, but the extra point fails. We're still 8-6. So following that missed point after, he's going to stay out there and send it away. Brooks now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. All right, going empty as they come to the line. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air. Love. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
So far, this script, well, it's dictated some early looks for this running back, and now you're seeing the adjustment defensively. Not so easy on those checkdowns. Nowhere for that ball to go.
Another drop. The last two plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it.
Ready. Right, 95. Blue striker. Strike blue. Set.
They are going for this. It's Love. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
Hey.
From the red zone now. That one connects. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars just need 2 snaps to steal a lead. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields.
And it's another miss. His 2nd extra point has been off the mark. So now after his 2nd missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. Brooks now on the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he needed his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A 6-yard pickup brings up
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
That's good for a Packers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's 2nd down. Goes to the hurry up here. Here's Jacobs again on 2nd down. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
Striker, 3-3. Come on, set. Black shot, 33. Yellow.
Love out of the shotgun. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's sent out right after he makes that catch at the 40-yard line.
Right, 6. Right, 97.
Love now on 1st and 10. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. Devin Lloyd making the play.
coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to give it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
Now second and 19 at the Packers.
I got him.
Working quickly here.
11, Agate. Here we go.
On second down, it's ETN. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. That was Micah Parsons making that play.
Brings up third down.
13, Luke. Luke. Hey,
So the officials are officially on board tonight. For the first time, a flag flies. Somebody moved early. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Following the false start penalty, here's third down and longer.
Red on red.
Here he goes, third and long. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that brings up fourth and long. Offense staying out there, and looks like they're going for it.
Decent 24. Hey, Soko. Hot.
On fourth down, here's Lawrence. Hits him downfield, this is Thomas. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
Rip, 20.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. He gets this one to Strange. And he'll go down here at the 16.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's your bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he brings it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
And he's into the end zone for 2. That grows the lead to an even 2 touchdowns. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. 20-8 is our score. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And this is Savion Williams on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. Green Bay offense to the line now. First and 10. Hand off to Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on second.
There's Love to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Devin Lloyd making the play. And this is going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
Like you say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk. They could do some serious damage.
And he gets this one to go after a couple of misses already in this game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Love back to it after the pick. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
A gain of 18 on the play.
Let's go now.
1st down.
52 close. Right.
Love looking to pass. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far. It's not met the standard they set for themselves.
2nd and 10. Love trying again. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll be brought down at about the 29.
A gain of 17 yards.
1st down throw. Here's Love. And he can't make the hook up on the deep ball. That's incomplete. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
62 Glasgow. Right, here we go, set. Ready.
Loves to throw again. He's got a man left. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Offense up to the line pass.
Red. Red, yellow. Ready?
Love on 3rd and short. Caught just shy of the goal line. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right in the double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
On the sneak, it's Love. And he's in for the touchdown. The Packers fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Jordan Love, the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak.
Kate, I think 2 things were at play here. Not just the brute force to get it done on the QB sneak, but also the element of surprise to run it on 1st down. Job well done.
So Love brings his Packers to the line. They're going for 2.
Mega. Ready, ready.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Oh, no, they get him yet again. That's Jordan Lewis. And that is 2 points the other way as he takes the pick the entire way back. So the decision to go for 2 does result in a nice boost, Brock, but not for the team we were expecting, thanks to an alert play and a lengthy jog downfield from that defender.
Yeah, it took everybody. In order to do that and make that happen, it really was all 11 and then just a superhuman effort. You say jog, I say a sprint to glory.
And they get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Hey, run!
Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And he's got a bunch here up past the 25 before somebody gets to him. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Hey!
Now a give to ETN running right. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
When one defender failed, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
At the 27
After plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. It's the Jags in front here at Everbank. First down run netted them nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. So the offense still moving forward as roughing the passer overrules that incomplete pass. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. Lawrence working from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. They get 23 on that one. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down. All set to go now from the 35.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. He's still going at the 30. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Coming to the line for another first and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another.
Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier McKinney. Reaches the 40. At the 20. There he goes, pick 6. Touchdown, Green Bay. You get a pick 6. You get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 and multiple? Highlight?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No,
Oh, brother, it's another interception. 48, O'Rourke with the pick. Oh, I love seeing this, Brock. They got surprised with the pick 6, but they made absolutely sure there would not be another 2 added on.
They're kind of the epitome of sudden change, especially on such short notice. Not a lot of time to get prepped on that sideline to get out there to defend the 2-point play, but they did their job and limited the damage that came from that interception.
Chooses to bring this one out. And his choice to leave that end zone going to cost him a chunk here. He's out shy of that 25-yard line.
Their own 21-yard line.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now Lawrence coming off a pick. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
2nd and 17 at the 14-yard line.
Working quickly here.
Take right open.
Now Lawrence. He beams one deep right side. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you've watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Rip, 23. Hey, Jim, same
Third and long for him here. And he's going to try another deep one here. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return. First and 10 now from the 30.
Drill, here we go, set. 60 red, smash, red.
Love from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Another look for him, Brock. And, hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Black, 95. Ready?
Shotgun now for Love. Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Let's go. Yellow, blue. 52 blue. Shue, yellow. Slice, blue. Cut.
4th down. Here's Love. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Lisa 24. Silver.
He's back to throw. That's incomplete left side. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here.
Hey, go.
Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
At the 39-yard line.
Hey, Sokos. Here we go.
Lawrence to throw it. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. And it's a gain of 12 on that one, and the Jaguars have a first down.
I love that call on 3rd down because it just gives you options. The best 3rd down teams are teams that do just that. Right? They give you options. You don't let the defense dictate to you. You look at what they're giving you, and you take advantage of
Hey,
it.
Lion. Here we go.
Going to the ground again on first. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a loss of a yard.
Great job.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 45-yard line.
Lawrence looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
It's now third down.
Let's go. Hey, Soko, hot. 30 left. 30 left.
Here he goes, third and long. Running down the left side. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Here's ETN on first down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars grow the lead coming out of halftime. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. So Lawrence lining the Jaguars up. They're going for 2. Flying forward on the ground. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here comes Williams on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Wide open. Let's go now. Blue strike. 52 block.
Back to the air. Love. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Couldn't make the hook up with Matthew Golden. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. So 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
Ready.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Christian Watson that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
Blaster. 6. Ready.
Rolling the dice on 4th. It's Love. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Throw right side, caught by Thomas. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, get the quarterback.
Across the line, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars making a 3-possession game. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. You just put that pitch right on them. Great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here comes Williams on the return. This makes it up to the 25. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Set, hut. Set.
Love now to throw. And he gives himself up at the line. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit.
On the set.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Come on. Set. Set.
There's Love to throw. And he's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So second down now after the incompletion.
Let's go. 6. Mega. 45.
Working now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Gets it downfield, on target to Watson. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that first down.
60 red. Flag blue.
First down, Green Bay.
Blue striker. Hut, hut.
Loves to throw again. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Jaguars get the football back across midfield before going down inside the...
Something takes a part of me. Something lost and never seen. Every time I start to believe, something taken from me, from me. Life's gotta always be messing with me. Can't it chill and let me be free? Can't I take away all this pain? I try to every night, all in vain, in vain. Sometimes I cannot take this should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do, I'ma do what I want anyway. Don't really care what you think, you should get out of my way. Get your talking face out of my way. Out of my way. Out of my way. I got too many plays, I don't even play. Get out of my way. Out of my way.
Super way up, get your weight up, put your plate up. You a foreign, we at war, and I got all the hallelujah, Talladega, baby Jesus, in the flesh, come and get it, and I'm get it. All my friends coming with all their friends, and we get active, yeah, we get active, yeah. All of my tattoos black, my eyes bloodshot red, I'm ready right now. Don't run your mouth too quick, let's get it. Stop talking. One way, my way, my way, my way, my way, my way.
Don't make me watch you get your talking out my face. It's in my mind, winning is in my DNA. I gotta get it, I don't know no other way. Get out my way. Why you all in my face, taking up all of my space? You should get out of my way, you should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do, I'ma do what I want anyway. Don't really care what you think, you should get out of my way. Get your talking face out of my way. Out of my way. Out of my way. Out of my way. I got too many plays, I don't even play. Get out of my way. Out of my way.
All my friends coming with all their friends, and we get active, yeah, we get active, yeah. All of my tattoos black, my eyes bloodshot red, I'm ready right now. Don't run your mouth too quick, let's get it. Stop talking. One way, my way, my way, my way, my way, my way.
Don't make me watch you get your talking out my face. It's in my mind, winning is in my DNA. I gotta get it, I don't know no other way. Get out my way.
Lord, kiss my haters, I wish them well. Get up on my level, I'm sending them straight to hell. We all in your city, your name ain't ringing a bell. All this motion on my cell, you would think I got it for sale. It was Friday, I met him up by the shell. He took me to the bank, cause he sent me too much for sale. Keeping secrets, he know that I never tell. It's a bird, it's a plane, oh, it's coming in through the mail. I'm a lane switcher, shapeshifter, go grill, plane, so I could heal the pain quicker. 8-figure, jet set, way quicker. Made, if I'ma go to date with ya.
I ripped it, all the on my two first, no dribble. The always talking pillar, thing like scissor. Like Youngest, I'm about my business. Yeah, they know what's up. Glizzock never gave up. All I know is go and get this damn bread. Don't go against the grain, they taking off your damn head. I'm running up this door, I almost broke my damn leg. Hey, out here broke, they damn near. Damn little mama bad as but they diamonds on me fight, neck and wrist, I can Tina. Orange Richard Mill on me dancing just like Bia. Going against Glizzock, wouldn't wanna be ya.
I'm a lane switcher, shapeshifter, go grill, plane, so I could heal the pain quicker. 8-figure, jet set, way quicker. Made, if I'ma go to date with ya.
Yeah, huh? Let's go. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, yeah. It's so I get it. So right. It's so right. It's so I get it. So right. It's so right.
One album is getting kinda hectic. Too many years on me like I'm in Texas. 3 years deep now, keeping them guessing. 4-star hotel, once for breakfast. 5 fingers, give you a blister. 6 at the wheel, you're 6 the mister. Give me your mama, I'ma kiss her. I said 6 rings on me like I'm in Pittsburgh. Motion maker, record breaker. 6 on my chest like an LA Laker. Black belt MC,
y'all know what this is. Red bone on the couch and they both mahogany brown. Cabin so big it can see my house. Then again, my view is too stupid, bruh, for real. Don't forget to forget about who really do this, bruh, for real. Killer Cali, go closer. You like a lot of to the clipping in the holster like it's supposed to. Be closer than your chauffeur, Costa Nostra. Stick up to your nose, this rolling stone and no loner. Killer phone, your ill as pneumonia when we confold you with the villain's aroma, pilling out, spilling all your feelings out on the corner, chilling out. Ice grilling my mouth, shout out to soldiers not pulling the out to show you, but the brains over the rover. They put a coat over the stain, cause for the day we whipping your rain, so you're hitting the bank. Don't forget that the game coded in polars. California bears, take your chain off for ya, because out of all of you squares, I'ma yeah, put it in the air like the motor hit the rotor.
richer these out. Bro, call me slow 6 racks on a sweater. My think I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust these. Spent 60 racks on the camouflage bells. Duke diamonds on me, I'm a blue devil. 220 on me, Hessel and Gretel. I'm nothing like them, I put paper over pleasure. I used to want to imp, now I got self. If it's about money, then you know it's whatever. If it's about money, then you know I'm on it. Be hate no glitz, I don't. Can't take my chain, ain't nothing like homie. South Middle Spanish red, most want it. Hold up, let me switch the flow. Just like a breaker, yeah, I'm addicted to dope. This a cold word, yeah, keep a in my coat. Money hungry, yeah, tryna give me some more. On op pack, this ain't. I'm talking down on glitz, I like he ain't the goat. If you don't agree, ask the streets and yeah. This fire air, you already know. Already know how it go. Already know I got on go. Yeah. Money calling, gotta go. You gotta go if you play or you troll. Freshest on the glow. Got tryna snatch out my soul. Running bank pockets on swole. Young, got a whole lot of zeros. Running money up to a whole nother level. Hustle, I don't know no better. When I got richer, these got. Bro, call me slow 6 racks on a sweater. My think I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust these. Spent 60 racks on the camouflage bells. Duke diamonds on me, I'm a blue devil. 220 on me, Hessel and Gretel. I'm nothing like them, I put paper over pleasure. I used to want to imp, now I got self. If it's about money, then you know it's whatever. If it's about money, then you know I'm on it. Be hate no glitz, I don't. Can't take my chain, ain't nothing like homie. South Middle Spanish red, most